YouTube, what's going on? Manny here, dropping another video for you guys. This video is going to be a burst fade mohawk video. All I'm doing is just kind of stretching the taper out a little bit more and kind of giving it more of a arched or rounded shape, so it follows the line or follows the mohawk shape. So I'm going to start off here by using my trimmer to set my first guideline. And if you're not comfortable setting your guideline in this way, you can actually flip the trimmer upside down and, just kind of go up and flick out, as opposed to setting it in like this. I know for some people it's a little bit more difficult to get it out. So if you're not comfortable with it, if you don't feel like you're experienced enough to go ahead and work that line out, then you could do it just like I'm doing right here and just set your guideline in that way. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and just kind of give myself a little rough draft on the shape up. What that's going to do is it's going to frame the fade for me before I go ahead and actually start fading it out. Also, it'll kind of keep me from having to push the hairline back a little bit to keep it, to get the shape up sharper. If I already have faded it, the hair will be lighter, so you would have to kind of push it back to get a little bit sharper. So this kind of just gives me exactly where I want to be with the edge. Right when I go back to actually finally do the shape up at the end. Alright, so now I got the clipper in the open position, and I'm making probably about a ½ inch guideline here, flicking out as I get towards the top of my guideline. So I'm just going to go ahead and touch that up a little bit, just making sure that the guideline's pretty consistent. Now I'm closed, and I'm going to work my way open as I gradually work up. So I'm about halfway open here, and I'm not the whole way up to my guideline yet. Now I'm fully open, and I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of clean that up a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my one guard on. I've got the one guard in the closed position, and I'm going to make another guideline about ½ inch up as well. And once I get to the top of my guideline, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of flick out so that it doesn't leave a real hard line in there. Alright, so now I'm back to my clipper with no guard on in the fully open position. And I'm just going to go ahead and try to just work that line out. Now that's the line that I had put in initially with my clipper, in the fully open position. So it should come out fairly easy. And if it doesn't, then I'll close it up a little bit. And just right there, as you can see, I just close it up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and just touch that line until I get that pretty much completely blended in. Now I've got my 1.5 guard, and I'm in the closed position again. And as opposed to setting in a guideline, all I'm doing is kind of tapering the remainder of the hair into the top of the hair. So it's not setting a guideline, is just more of just blending what I already have towards the top into the top of the hair. Now I've got my clipper in the fully open position with the one guard on, and I'm going to go ahead and just fade the rest of that line that you see there out. Now I'm in the closed position and I'm just laying down the hair that might be standing up or curling up. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay that down. So now I'm going to go ahead and just spray a little bit of hairspray on the hairline. Just locks the hair into place, so you don't have to worry about brushing it too much. And then towards the front, it'll kind of serve two purposes. You know, like I said, it locks the hair in place, but it also allows the color to have something to kind of stick onto. It's almost like a primer. The color actually be able to stick onto that, and then it'll lock into place and give you that sharp, clean look that you're looking for at the end. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and work on rounding the back off. That'll also help me see the fade in a better light. It'll actually frame the back portion of the fade for me, and then I'll be able to see if there's anything that I needed to touch up or any adjustments that I have to make on it to get, you know, the cleanest look possible out of it. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply some color enhancements. You know, this will serve a couple purposes as well. It'll make the hairline extremely sharp, and then it also makes the fade pop a little bit more. You'll see the color transition, you see the gradients. You know, it just makes it look that much cleaner. So, and if you're not doing or using color enhancements, I definitely suggest doing so. You know, it's just another way for you to add on a few dollars onto your you know, end of the cut, man. It's just a good way to make a little bit of extra money. So if you're not doing it, I definitely suggest going ahead and adding that to your services. So I'm gonna go back and just use my trimmer to kind of clean that up, and then what I'll do is I'll follow that up with the blade, and you know, if I had to make any last adjustments to the fade, I'll go ahead and do that. But for the most part, I mean, the cut came out really clean. You know, so appreciate you guys watching and continuously supporting and commenting. One of my next videos coming up here, I'm actually gonna just emphasize on just the shape up. You know, I've had a few people ask about that, so I'm gonna go ahead and focus on that. That way, you know, you guys can go ahead and, you know, work on you know, just sharpening up your shape up skills. You know, not far from the best, you know, but they come out pretty decent. So, you know, if there's anything I can do to, any content I can put out to help you guys, man, you know, that's what I want to do. So since I had a few requests on that, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and you just get ready to see some more content coming out.